No, 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 no. Wait, 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 wait. Wait, 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 wait. So today I tried playing Project Zomboid, and after completing the tutorial, I was ready to go and do the survivor mode, the playstyle of survivor. I didn't really know what to do yet. I had the apocalypse, but I went for eventually for survivor because I don't know. I thought that was the best option. I never played this game before, so for me it was just doing something I felt good about, and then I also had to choose a city, which I don't know. Like it's not, it's a spawn location, so I know there's like a very big map, but I didn't really know what to choose. I eventually went for the first one because that's like, yeah, I don't know. You always go for the first one. So then you had this sort of list of occupations which gave you sort of better traits and better abilities or skills, and I eventually went for fire officer. It really sounded like someone who would survive a zombie apocalypse pretty long. So I tried doing that one. So then I came to this character customization tab where I had to choose a person, and I eventually came to this guy, Arthur Sisk, which looked like a sort of cool fire officer. So I eventually started a playthrough with him, and then we got into this house. It was very foggy outside, and I didn't know that this time. I thought it was just like because you can't see anything. So I started looting some things. You had this bookcase where there was like a skill book, metalworking or something like that. So I took that, and I also looted like different places where I had like a lot of canned food. So I took it all because you know you need food when you're in an apocalypse. But I didn't know that you could get too much inventory, which is of course very obvious when you think about it. It's just a very realistic zombie game, zombie survival game. So of course your backpack can get too full. So I didn't think about that, but eventually it didn't really matter because I was dead man anyway. So I eventually got outside. It was very foggy, which was a bit distracting. I couldn't see a lot, but I eventually got to my first zombie, smashed him to the ground, smashed his head again, and then I smashed in the air. I don't know why. So I looted him. I didn't see like a lot of things, and I already had like a lot of with me. So I skipped getting some things from him and walked on. So after a while, I encountered some more zombies. So I tried to smash them, but like a lot of were coming up at me. So I walked back to the house, or I ran back to the house in order to get safe. In case you're wondering why I'm running over here, I didn't find my house. Well, I don't know if it was my house, but like a lot of zombies were appearing, and I had to run away, and I was like running in this fog. It was very sort of confusing for me, and I eventually found this house, and I broke the window once I was able to do so, and I got into the house, but that wasn't the best option to do so. I saw a gun on the floor, but I guess it was too late because I I tried to equip the gun, but then all the zombies came in, and there was one bit me, and then another zombie was coming in, and was like a house party eventually. I tried to run away, but I don't know, I was injured so much that I couldn't run anymore. So the zombies got up to me, and eventually I tried fighting them, but it was the end for me. And of course, what the game says, it eventually ends, and for me it ended like quite early. I don't know how long I took for this save. I survived for 2 hours. Well, I wouldn't be like a very good zombie fighter, I guess. So of course I tried again. In my second save I was Tobias Parson. So Tobias Parson was a bit more cautious about what he was going to do. Well, maybe he wasn't, but I mean, he was a brave guy. He eventually tried to fight the zombies, and it didn't work out for him. So he ran away. He even tripped while while running away, but eventually he got through the bushes to this other house, where he tried to survive again. He was trying to sort of, well, break another window. I saw the zombie inside, but I thought, you know, one zombie, I can get him. Climbed inside, um, but then the zombie climbed outside. He tackled me, and I don't know what happened. It wasn't his day, but like all the zombies were coming in, and eventually he got murdered. So I couldn't continue like this anymore, so I had to do something about the sort of difficulties of this game. So I eventually tried custom sandbox, in which you can sort of lower the amount of zombies and do some other sort of modifications for your own game, for your own pleasure, and to get a better experience for me as well as a noob. And eventually I started a new character as well, and this time I really wanted to do good. So this time I was a security guard, and my name was Todd Bush, and I was ready. A farming book. So once again, I was collecting canned food. I know I need like a can opener in order to use the canned food, but I need the canned food in order to survive in the future. So I took all the canned food, couldn't find a can opener, and moved on. So I wandered to the house next door, and I tried to open the window, which was a bit unfortunate because the alarm set off and there were like a lot of zombies coming my way because of the alarm. So I skipped that and went to the house next door. So while the alarm was still going off in the other house, I found some corn in this house and a fresh cooked meat patty, which would be very nice for dinner in the evening. So a couple of zombies broke into the house, and it became obvious for me to leave the house and find a safe spot. But it became very clear to me in this game that like all the houses and the cities are very crowded with zombies, and that I had to go away from all the houses to find maybe a safer spot. So I arrived at this bigger road, and I thought maybe I can find a car somewhere over here. But first I had to smash some zombies that were coming my way. So I dealt with them. Or in other words, I tried to, and I eventually had to run away again. You know, I'm a security guard, so I'm a fast guy. I have my baseball bat. I don't have to be like very scared for these zombies. Let me just break into another warehouse or something like that in order to find some new loot. Not a lot of loot, so I'm going away from that place. Continued my journey, smashed another zombie, and climbed the fence. Well, that wasn't a good idea. More zombies. So I had to run again. Run, run, run. But in the distance, I saw a car. Finally, my escape. So I broke into the car, and because I set the settings a bit easier, I was able to instantly use the car, which was pretty nice for me. So I wandered off, and I was trying to get myself safe eventually somewhere where there aren't a lot of zombies. Like in this place, this road was like crowded with zombies. So I eventually took a left on a crossroad that I, well, didn't recognize, or of course I don't recognize anything in this game. But it seemed like there was less houses and less people going this way. So, you know, you sometimes have to take a risk, and that is what I did. So I didn't really have a sort of destination. I just tried to get to a place where, you know, there weren't a lot of zombies, but where I maybe could make a sort of base camp or something like that. So I eventually got to this sort of electricity facility. I wasn't very sure what this place was, but you know, it was very calm over here, and I really wanted to explore this place a bit. But there wasn't a lot in this place, except for, you know, sometimes some stupid tools that I don't know where I could use it for. So I eventually wandered off again with my car, my beautiful white car, destined for greater things. But unfortunately, the road just stopped. I don't know why. So I eventually made a crappy U-turn and decided to drive away from this place. On my way back, I crashed into a tree, obviously. And once again, the road I was following just stopped out of nowhere, which was pretty sad, actually. Tried to drive as far as I could with my car. Eventually, I had to stop using the car and started walking. So after a while walking through the forest, I found a road again. The search for a new car was about to begin. So I walked and walked and walked. and even ran a bit until found this construction worker zombie site. Very exciting. So I started to find him because I need a new car. And after some very brave fights, I eventually managed to get rid of the zombies and make my way to the car. So I entered the car and it was now time to find a shelter. Maybe this is a good spot. They got dinner over here and, well, maybe there are a bit too much zombies. Yeah, let's just get away from this scary place. So while driving, it eventually got dark outside, and this was the point where I was starting to get a bit scared. I was so tired and desperate to get a place that I just, took the first turn I saw. Did a bit of investigation around the place in order to make sure there weren't any zombies, but there were a lot of zombies, but I couldn't do anything. My car was like, it wasn't working. I was tired. I really needed to sleep. I had fractures everywhere. So I decided to rip this other car that was standing over here because it was probably faster. And in that way, I maybe could find a safer place faster as well. So I got to this cool pizza place and I thought it was safe because I couldn't see any zombies. But you know what they say, never underestimate a pizza place, because a couple of zombies were already approaching me and that meant I had to go again. So I tried a motel because, that's a place where people actually sleep and, where you can find a bed. So once again, I broke a window and got into the motel in order to find a comfortable bed where I could sleep. But before I could sleep, I had to fight this zombie. And at the time I finally found a bed, I couldn't sleep because I was experiencing too much pain in order to sleep. With that knowledge, I first had to find some medicines or bandages in order to get less pain. But then I was attacked by another zombie, so I had to deal with that zombie. I guess it was too late because now other zombies were also breaking into the place. So I decided to flee the place, skip the bed, skip the bandages, I don't know, just get to my car. But there were too many zombies. I couldn't get to my car. They were following me everywhere. So I was running away from the zombies and then out of nowhere... I died. Nonetheless, I survived 17 hours and I killed 14 zombies. I was pretty excited about this and I really want to try this game again. I'm really going to play this in the future. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it, and if you want to see more content from me in the future, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.